Ralph Dornetti certainly cast a wide net for the potential of a great ministry like CDF. Churches in locations far and wide, expanding beyond the borders of California, were sending out the Macedonian call, "Can you come and help us?" In our first 3 years of lending in the state of Arizona, 16 of the 65 churches in the state, or 25%, had loans with CDF. Inroads were quickly made in Missouri and New Hampshire. The real breakthrough, however, came in 1997 when the Church Development Fund merged with the Ohio CDF. As a loan fund operating independently in the state of Ohio, the Ohio CDF had severe limitations on the dollar amount of loans it could make due to the fund's total asset size. After negotiations between the boards of directors of both organizations, an agreement to merge was reached in February of 1997, and the way was paved for CDF to expand its ministry throughout the United States. 16 loans were made to Ohio churches within the very first year of the merger, for a total in excess of $9.5 million, more than double the asset size of the Ohio CDF at the time of the merger. Shortly after the Ohio merger was completed, another merger with the CDF of Georgia was carried out, which continued to pave the way for national expansion. With no denominational structure in place, there were difficulties in the way of promoting this new national venture. CDF moved at that time to establish a series of pastoral training events under the banner Blueprint for the Future of the Church. The Blueprint Tour, as it has become known, was launched in the fall of 1998, with 48 events scheduled for its first season in major cities across the U.S. Over 2,000 church leaders supported the Blueprint Tour with their attendance that year, and it continues to serve as a leadership development resource to church leaders throughout the country while providing a means of promoting the ministry of CDF. Through the Blueprint Tour, CDF began to develop strategic partnerships with two of our movement's leading ministries, Standard Publishing Company and the North American Christian Convention. CDF has been the major sponsoring ministry partner of the NACC for the past 5 years. We're currently in development of a joint website with Standard and the North American, which will serve as a place for our churches and their members to connect online for news, information, and fellowship. On the church building front, we've established 3 new entities which provide direct support and consultation to the local church: CDF Real Estate Services, CDF Visioneering for master plan and site design, and CDF Construction Services. These ministries within the ministry have saved churches millions of dollars that can be better used for their ministry. In the area of lending, during this last year, our 50th fiscal year, CDF closed 80 loans with churches and ministries across the country for a total in excess of $140 million. We will close the year with roughly $350 million in total assets and have seen double-digit asset growth in 17 of the past 20 years. Through 5 decades of ministry, the heart of CDF has not changed. In addition to the Perpetual Gift Fund, we've instituted our Advanced Land Purchase Program, which has assisted 11 ministries in 8 states with a combined $38 million in funds that were used to purchase property and build before these churches would have been able to otherwise. Over 9,000 people are in attendance every weekend at these locations. Our passion is for new, young churches to be able to build and grow, to reach people for Jesus Christ. And just over 1 year ago, CDF returned to our roots. An organization that was founded by Christian leaders with a desire to plant new churches is right back in the business of planting new churches. Stadia New Church Strategies was formed during this past year as a church multiplication movement with a desire to double the number of Christian churches to over 10,000 by 2025. We seek to see more churches, more often, in more places with more planter support so that more people are saved. Indeed, we serve a God who can do immeasurably more than all we could ask or imagine. 50 years have proven that, and now we look to the future. With trust in His leading, with confidence in His provision, with excitement for tomorrow, we ask Him to open the eyes of our heart.